Surrey Central condos will see more downwards pressure on prices over the next 6 to 12 months. And I don't think anyone's seeing this coming. And there's a very, very big reason for this. Right now, what everyone's talking about is the projects that are completing, the access inventory, lower rents, which is why price points are coming down. But I don't think that's the reason that's going to continue to bring prices down over the next 6 to 12 months. The big reason the prices are going to come down is for what's coming now. It's the inventory. It's not the inventory that's coming. It's the inventory that was cheap back in 2019 price points. It's the cheap inventory that's going to complete now over the next 6 to 12 months. It's the 1,000+ units that are getting their occupancy permit now. To date, every single pre-sale project that completed over the last, let's say 24 months, was purchased in 21 or 2020 and 22 price points. And they completed a lot in advance. So you're having price points that were $1,100 square foot to $1,200 square foot. Those units completed. People managed to close on them, rent them out. Some walked away from deposit. Some are still dealing with cash burns, etc. All that stuff. But they're not really just dumping all that inventory. And they're just like, forget it. I'll just hold this property for a few years. So you don't have a lot of offload of inventory because they don't have margins. But the next 1,000 units that's coming to Surrey Central, it's the King George Hub area, King George Station, and 100 Avenue. There's 2 towers there, and there's 3 towers coming at King George Hub. Over 1,000 unit completing. And they were purchased back in 2019. Price point, $800 square foot to $900 square foot for concrete built. I'm talking 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom studios, and even some 3 bedrooms. These investors did not see the light of day when it came to assignments. Developers did not allow assignments. So nobody saw this inventory before it completed. Mostly you'll see a project come to market and you'll see a bunch of assignments come out. And so you're saying, oh, okay, this project's going to complete. No one saw these assignments come out. There were very few assignments that came out, but that too required a very significant amount of deposit from the assignee, which is the buyer. And it's just, those assignments never got done. Developers did the right thing by holding that price point because they know their purchase prices were a lot lower. So what's going to happen now over the next 6 to 12 months is all these units are going to come to market, and investors have 2 options: rent out the unit or sell the unit. I'll tell you right now what most investors are going to do. They're going to sell their units because they're seeing the negative sentiment around Surrey Central and they don't see them making money anytime soon. And they're seeing a lot better opportunity right now in the market. And most of these units were 20% deposits. So they're going to close and they're going to take 20% deposits. So they're not walking away from a $30,000 deposit or $40,000 deposit. They're closing on these properties with 20% equity in those properties. And because their purchase prices are so low, they're going to get into this offloading phase where they're going to say, let's just get rid of it. And they're going to sell 1, 2, setting lower prices and comparables in that building, in that neighborhood, in that area, which is going to bring more prices down in the Surrey Central area over the next 6 to 12 months. These are good quality units. These are concrete high-rise in one of the best locations in Surrey Central. And that opportunity is what I'm going to be capturing for a lot of our investors that are ready to rent out the units, that are ready to buy these properties, because those price points you're never going to probably see again. $800 a square foot to $850 a square foot for a concrete build, 2-bed, 2-bath, or 2-bed, 1-bath, or 1-bed, 1-bath. It's really tough to find anywhere for a concrete build that quality. So when they do offload these properties, and I'll tell you, they'll start higher price points for, let's say, a 2-bed, 2-bath. I've seen these contracts. I've seen a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 816 square feet unit, 19th floor for $589,000. These are purchase prices. These guys can sell at $629 after GST, everything in, and they'll still break even. And I tell you, some investors will do that. They'll say, let's just walk away. So I think there's going to be more downwards pressure on Surrey Central condos over the next 6 to 12 months. And one of the main reasons is going to be these 1,000 units that are completing at a lot lower dollar per square foot cost. So let's see what that looks like. But if there's great opportunities that are coming up in these neighborhoods and these areas for concrete build, I'm going to have a lot of our investors buying units into these, and even first-time buyers. Like if you're going to buy a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom condo, concrete build, probably one of the best developers in Surrey Central and in the most sought-out locations in Surrey Central, this will be the projects that you want to look at. And I think they're coming in the next 6 to 12 months. I know some of them already have occupancy permit. Some of them will get more occupancy permit as they go. But next 6 to 12 months, we're going to see more inventory come to market. But it's going to be cheap inventory, which is going to bring prices down in Surrey Central. So let's see what that looks like.